Hey, what's up guys, I'm Vincent. Today, I'm going to show you 3 tips to improve your pull shot. Alright, here we go. So, I believe that you know what is a pull shot. However, if you are not sure what is a pull shot, please check out my other videos in my channel. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips to improve your pull shot, and you can use them to act as checkpoints. Now, each tip you can find in different timeline on the pull shot, before the shot, during the shot, and after the shot. Now, before we start, if you are new in here, consider subscribing. Don't forget to click the bell below so that you don't miss out an episode. First of all, let's talk about the first checkpoint, before the shot. Of course, before the shot is all about the setup. Now, as you know that to set up the pull shot, you want to place the ball next to the center guy on the right hand side of the center guy. And this is the typical setup for the pull shot. Now, there are 3 critical points that you need to consider. First, when you set up the ball, you have to push the rod all the way to the far wall of the table so that you can maximize the shooting area of your pull shot. Now, the second point is that when you push the rod all the way to the far side of the table, now you need to check that whether the ball is sitting right next to the middle guy of your free bar. You do not want any gaps in between the ball and the man. Because if there are some gap in between the ball and the man, it is most likely that you are going to mis-execute your shot. So that's why you have to adjust the ball and make sure that it sits next to the middle guy of your free bar. And at last, you want to check that whether the man and the ball is sitting right on top of the sweet spot of your pull shot. Now, let's say if you are comfortable to shoot when the guy and the ball is sitting right under the bar, or some player prefer that they are pointing backward. Now, you have to find the sweet spot of the setup of your pull shot. Now, after the first checkpoint, you can move on to the second checkpoint, during the shot. Now, what do I mean by during the shot? As you know that the pull shot involves 2 motions. The first one is the pulling motion, and the second one is the strike, the hitting motion. Now, where do you want to focus on your second checkpoint? Based on my experience, I always focus on the hitting motion. The reason is that you want to make sure that you are delivering the ball to the right spot of the goal. You want to have a high accuracy of your shot. So for example, when you pull the ball, you want to focus on the hitting motion so that you can hit the long consistently. This is the stroke. Now you may question, why don't we focus on the pulling motion? First, let's talk about the distance. As you can see, the distance of the pulling motion is right between this area. However, the hitting motion, you can see it is actually double of your pulling motion. So that's why the distance between the goal and the free rod is multiple of the distance of these 2 guys. And in theory, you want the ball to travel at a higher speed towards the goal. And also, if you are focusing on the pulling motion rather than the hitting motion or the snap, it is most likely that you are going to mis-execute the shot and spray to the wall. This is how it looks like. And at last, the third checkpoint. The only motion that you need to consider is the recoil. A great pull shot always ends with great recoil. Because the function of the recoil is to make sure that you are able to square the shot. Now, let's say you have a tight middle gap in this situation, with the recoil, it is quite difficult to score on it. However, with recoil, you are able to counter direction of the ball so that you can deliver the ball to the goal. Now, let me give you an example of the concept of the checkpoint. So let's say you got the ball on your free bar and you are going to do the pull shot. Now, the first checkpoint is before the shot. So you have to make sure that you are getting the perfect setup position for your pull shot. This is the first checkpoint. Now you get the ball, adjust the ball with this guy, and try to place the middle guy next to the ball. This is the first checkpoint. Now the second checkpoint is you want to focus on the hitting motion rather than the pulling motion. You want to focus on the hitting motion. So let's say you want to do the split. Now you want to focus on hitting the ball. Now after the shot, you have to make sure that you are going to do the recoil so that you can square off the shot perfectly. This is the concept of using the checkpoints of the pull shot. Thanks for watching this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I will see you again next time.